Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a few weeks since we've done this, but it's time to review another retro handheld gaming console. I keep getting surprised by these consoles somehow. They keep getting better and better. So we're gonna go check out the quality of this, then we will come back over here and I'll give you my final thoughts. Let's go ahead and get into the video. Ladies and gentlemen, today we are going to review the Powkiddy model number X35S or X35S. All of these names seem similar to the other names. That's one of the major things I wish I could do, is have all of these consoles have cooler names, but it doesn't matter. We just care about the quality of the console, and the console looks great. They asked me what color do I like. I love the color yellow. This is kind of like a yellowish burnt orange. In real life, the console is more orange than my phone is showing, but yeah, I think we get the point here. Right away, you can notice that there's two thumbsticks right here. I'm not sure if the camera's picking it up that good, but right here there's a bunch of tiny hearts, and that's just a very cool detail. Normally, the thumbsticks are the same exact thumbsticks as a Nintendo Switch. This is a different thumbstick entirely, and they're like textured, have little rivets on it, and I kind of like that a lot. Quickly, let's compare it to the size of the Miyoo Mini Plus. This is the retro handheld that I use every single day. I've reviewed a bunch of these consoles. I still come back to the Miyoo Mini Plus every single day. It's actually one of my favorite consoles I've ever used. If this is better than this, I could actually see myself switching over to this console. So one thing I like about this console, look how fast this thing turns on. That is so fast. By far the fastest out of any of these consoles. Normally they take about 10 to 15 seconds. That was almost instant. This doesn't really have that much going on. You have your settings here, which there's really not that much settings. So these are the consoles that are on here. We have PSP, Nintendo 64, PlayStation, Dreamcast, Sega. We have Game Boy, Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color, Super Nintendo, Neo Geo Pocket, Nintendo DS, and a few other things. The retro stuff on all these consoles, I don't really like testing anymore, because if it can play the stronger stuff, then it's going to play Game Boy and Super Nintendo and all that perfectly fine. Crazy Taxi is so cool because you actually have to shift in it, and it's actually one of my favorite things about it. Let's try the thumbsticks. Come on. Alright, let's get out of here. Let's skedaddle. Apparently Crazy Taxi is coming back, I think in 2025, and it's going to be an open world game. Not so sure how I feel about an open world Crazy Taxi, but I guess in theory this is open world, right? Let's try out some Nintendo 64, and it's probably not the game you would think I would try. I love this Beetle Racing game. I used to play it all the time. This console does have all the Mario and all the Zelda and Pokemon Stadium, but we're going to play this instead. I'm not even exaggerating. I used to play this game so much when I was younger. I don't even know if I had it or one of my friends had it. Yeah, as you can see, it's actually playing really well. Dang, this game actually controls really nice, man. This is like almost modern car mechanics. I'm not doing good because I'm trying to talk and figure out all the controls, but I'm actually surprised at how well the car feels. Like, it doesn't feel too light or too heavy. Yeah, dude. You had to be around for this time in gaming. They were making games about anything. This is when the Volkswagen Beetle had like a new revamp. They like remodeled it from the old style to the new style, and these cars were pretty popular for, I want to say, like a few years, and then they made this game, and I remember playing this game literally all the time. So I was going to try out PlayStation 1. I was playing it earlier. I was playing Dragon Ball Z, and it was playing perfectly fine. I'm just going to try the PSP instead. We're going to try out basketball. There are some other games, so this is one I can jump into quickly. As you can see, it's actually pulling up like the PSP menu because I'm allegedly playing the PSP right now. Alright, this is actually crazy that it's this good. Oh yeah, and look, there's this back button, and if I press it, look, it speeds up the entire game, in case you're an impatient person. Alright, let's see, let's pass to this guy. Okay, Holiday. Shoot a 3. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, come on, dude. Was that not beautiful? Wow, folks, check this out. They actually have Balatro, or whatever the hell, the game that everybody's obsessed with right now, like the card game that almost won Game of the Year award. They have the port on here. They have Celeste on here, Stardew Valley on here, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge. This console surprised me because I thought it was going to be very minimalistic, and it kind of is, but I thought there'd be no point to it almost. But I was completely wrong. So quickly, let me tell you a few details about the console. The console comes in 3 colors. We have like this transparent black, we also have an all white color, and then we have this yellow color that's kind of orange at the same time, the console that I have. The screen is only 3.5 inches, and it fits a console perfectly fine. I would like the screen to be a little bit bigger, maybe 4 inches, but 3.5 inches is fine for what this console is, you know what I mean? At least it's not a smaller screen. The Powkiddy X35S comes loaded with over 20 consoles and like 5 or 10,000 games. So every game you're going to want to play is probably already on this console pre-installed. What's really cool about this, that I don't know if they do it for other consoles. They probably do, I probably just missed the feature. But this also supports wireless game controllers. So I'm not sure why you would want to use that, but I guess since there's a micro HDMI or micro HD port up here, I don't know what you would call it, you could in theory connect this to your TV, and then you could connect a wireless controller to this, and then you would have a retro home console full of like 5 or 10,000 games. So just saying that now, that actually sold me on the idea. Now the most important thing is the price. I always try to guess the price of these consoles because I don't know until I make a video how expensive it is, because these are sent to me. I was gonna guess $100, and I think that's the perfect price for the quality of this console, but I was wrong. Only about $10 though. This console is fully priced at $89.99, but if you go to the description and click the link and use my promo code ROBOT at checkout, I think you're saving an additional 15% on this. And I'm not very good at math, but I do know that that is cheaper than $90. And yeah, I mean, I would like to play this console, but I don't want to spend a lot of money on it. 15% off, sign me up. Well, I already have the console, but if I didn't, sign me up. Now I do want to be fair, because not everything can be perfect. There are a few things that I find odd about this console. Where the buttons and the thumbsticks are, it's not bad, it's just goofy, right? But if being goofy is wrong, then I don't want to be right, so what the hell? It just seems odd, like you're looking at it and your brain's trying to connect the pieces, but you know something is not quite right. And it's just the thumbsticks being up here. I almost feel like if they would have switched this thumbstick and these face buttons, then it might make more sense. I'm trying to base it off the Switch. Yeah, that's exactly how the Switch is. Thumbstick, D-pad, face buttons, thumbstick. So if they would just switch these two right here, I think it would make a lot more sense actually. Now another issue that isn't really the biggest issue is the console is simple, but almost too simple. And what I mean is when you go to the menu and you go to the settings and maybe you want to change some of them to make it a little bit more personable to your own experience. For example, on my Miyoo Mini Plus, the console that I use all the time, there's a bunch of themes, like 100 different themes. You can change the music, you can change the way the consoles look and the icons. You can add consoles from the settings that you don't use, or you can hide some of them, or you can add some of them. So this has probably the most simple settings or simple menu I've ever seen in any of these consoles. So I wish there was a little bit more flair there, a little bit more pizzazz, if you will, because that's one of the things I like about reviewing these consoles is to find out what kind of different settings and stuff in the menu. So this one is very simple. It's not a bad thing, but I just wish there was a little bit more there. They emailed me and they're like, hey, have you reviewed this one? And I was like, I think I have, because it looks so similar to the other consoles I reviewed, but I guess I haven't. And this one surprised me. And that's why I like reviewing these. They almost always seem so similar, but there's just always something different going on too. So if you're looking for something a little bit more premium, maybe pick a different console. But if you're just trying to play some Nintendo 64 or some Dreamcast or some PSP or some PS1 or all the classic retro stuff, this is not a bad way to jump into that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. As always, in the comments below, let me know what you guys are thinking. I would love to hear from you. If you made it to this part of the video, just become a subscriber already. Just follow me on Instagram already. Just join the community already. And you guys know me, I will see you very soon with a new video. Peace out.